Living with diabetes presents numerous challenges, but despite these obstacles, individuals managing this condition may find it necessary to take some measures to combat its effects, and many of them do so successfully. So for our 10 Minutes to Your Health this morning, we have with us TVJ journalist Kay-ann Margon, and she's here to share her story. And I gotta say, she's also the star, I call her, of a new documentary that's been done by the Ministry of Health and Wellness about non-communicable diseases, specifically diabetes. So thank you again, Kay-ann, for sharing your story.
I'm grateful.
So I want to start with, how old were you when you first realized that there might be an issue, and then how long did it take for you to be diagnosed?
All right, I love that question. Years. Okay, so I think I started having symptoms when I was in my early teens. I remember in high school I used to get cuts. I wasn't healing. I used to have a terrible yeast infection even though I wasn't sexually active. So I wasn't. So when I look back at it, I can see that it was
there were signs.
There were signs, but when I really got diagnosed was 5 days before my 18th birthday.
Wow.
So I spent my birthday in the hospital.
Wow, but what triggered that?
All right, so I was on a retreat and I was just drinking a lot of water and I was tired. And I called Mommy on the phone and I said, Mommy, I don't feel good. And as I drink the water, I pass it. I don't feel good. And I said, as I come back from this retreat, I want to go to the doctor. And I didn't want to get up out of bed. I said the yeast infection was getting worse. I would be standing on the bus and sleeping. Always tired. I remember, yes, one day I said to her, Mommy, I don't feel like going to school today. I just can't wake. Yeah, excessive thirst. As I drink the water, it just passed right back. And I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
Whoa.
10 pounds in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So one of the key things I'm hearing from you, Kay-ann, is don't ignore your body. Anything you see happening that may be even a little bit off.
Yes.
Because sometimes we hear people say, Lord, me always thirsty, me drink. But it may be a sign of something.
Yes, and tea don't cure everything.
No.
Yes. Because
very important point.
Very important, because I had the symptoms, and I've been going to doctor, and they just treating me. Nobody thought about doing a blood
testing
test.
to see.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I had it like at least 10 years prior. Yeah.
Wow.
It just got really bad in those 2 weeks.
Because it wasn't treated.
It wasn't treated. And then I had to spend, an entire week in the hospital.
In the hospital.
Getting used to taking insulin the first time, freaked out, having to watch what I eat. I mean, it was still a change, a world of change for me.
Constant. It's a constant. So let's talk about that constant living with diabetes. Just how much does it, I guess, impact the things you do, the decisions you make? Even
the decision I made to come here was impacted, right? It's never ending. It's something that you have to monitor right around the clock. I mean, there's not a minute that I'm not thinking about my illness. Coming on the interview, I have to ensure that my sugar levels are okay, so that I don't drop and start sweating in the AC. You're wondering if I'm hot. Yes, I have to plan, like, even from the night before. You will always see me with my lunch kit. People always say, I can't eat, so I have to have food. I have to have food ready, always on standby, to ensure that if I have a low moment, I'm not freaking out. Food in the car, food at my desk, always buying something. So it just really affects me, but I've learned how to navigate it because it's beyond 15 years now. So I've really, and it catch me sometime, It catch me sometime, because I was in traffic coming here, and I was like, okay, sugar going up. It could be because of I just wake up and my liver is, dumping out glucose into my bloodstream. It could also be because I'm nervous, because I'm always on the other side of the camera. So, it could be nerve. And then, you know what? I don't want to go and treat it and then it just drops quickly, drop quickly on me. So you have to pace what it is. You have to pace it, monitor it.
So yesterday I was having this conversation with my nail tech about diabetes and about food. So I know you say, you have to have food, but it's also the type of food.
Yep.
And I realized that in Jamaica, when we say diabetes, we think it's only pastry. And
sugar.
Yeah. Only the sweet things
It's
have
carbs.
sugar in it, but we don't understand that the carbs too have some sugar in there. Was it important for you to understand this and what you eat and,
Yes.
and how you consume
It took me a good while to understand that too, because I didn't get much education when I was in the hospital. The doctor said to me, "You have access to a computer?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Go and go read." That was it. I had one session with a dietitian. No one taught me anything. So I didn't understand. I thought it was just sugar. But it's carbohydrates. Anything that is converted in the blood into glucose. So even banana, some healthy fruits. Fruits are the quickest thing. They call them simple
When
sugar.
you sit down and eat the bucket of mango.
Yes, mango. I will have the small ones. But if I'm going to have, like, because my favorite is Julie, I cut a half of it and then eat. Then you have to pace yourself.
Yeah.
You can eat everything, guys. You can eat everything, but moderation. Yeah? And it's just not just sugar. It's carbohydrates.
Yeah. It is making sure that you enjoy a productive and a healthy life. That's what I'm hearing from you. Because I feel like a lot of people feel once you have diabetes or high blood pressure or whatever, that is it. Me can't, that is it.
You cannot lead a normal life.
Yeah.
I was told this from ever since. And I mean, if I wasn't taking care of myself, probably I would look, I would look terrible by now.
Yeah.
I go to my checkups, I'm fine. I have people, I know people in my support group because I'm in a diabetic support group.
Nice.
And they are in their 60s and beyond. Yeah, and they've had diabetes longer than I've been alive. So it's easy to live. It's not easy, but you can manage. You can live.
You can manage.
Yeah.
So, media is 24/7. So it's not easy to control lifestyle in media. Because sometimes, sometimes when people sleeping is your lunchtime.
Yes.
And place not what open for you eat.
The options are
the option, right? So that adds another layer. How do you manage that aspect?
By packing my lunch bag every day.
Yeah.
See, going to sleep with my lunch bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still eat around, but moderation. That's the only thing I can tell you. It's moderation. So if I go and eat something I can't eat, like if I'm going to have a burger, I buy one of the small ones. Or I eat the fries first and I let the burger stick. The fries will get cold. I take diet Coke. I don't take the sugar juice. And you don't have all of it all at once. I think that's our problem in Jamaica. We eat this wag of food one time and not thinking about that, it's going to spike our glucose.
Yeah.
And then over time, we start having diabetic symptoms, become pre-diabetic, then we have type 2, then it gets worse, gone to type 1.
So the conversation I was having with my nail tech yesterday is when I Googled countries with the highest population with diabetes. I'm not going to say, but when I saw which countries, I said to her, I kind of feel, the rice a bit way. And I said to her, rice, you can pack rice. If you share the rice out of the styrofoam, you shock yourself.
Yes.
That little small thing can hold a big plate.
Yeah, man.
And visually, if you see it, you say, no, we can't eat this a plate full of rice, but if it's in the styrofoam, you're going to keep eating it.
Even the little square one, full of rice.
Yeah. My producer wants me to ask, how did you navigate diabetes during pregnancy?
Wow, that was rough. When I was pregnant, no one knew that you couldn't see it from behind because I wasn't allowed to gain weight. I had to literally get strict with my diet, right? So I could not be, I had pregnancy cravings. Not my thing. I had cravings, but I could not,
Just run with it.
I couldn't run with it. Yeah, I had to be monitoring my glucose right on the clock. And as my pregnancy got older, I started having, my glucose level was harder to manage because the pregnancy was taking a toll on my body. And because, it's so hard. It was so hard, but, I do it again, but it was rough.
Yeah,
man.
I can imagine. Well, the key, I'm taking a lot of keys from you. Discipline. Get yourself aware of what is required and believe that you can lead a positive and a happy life with diabetes.
Right.
Yeah, we did have a point in Jamaica where amputation, too much. Even now I see people Or them going to take off a foot or a leg because of they're not managing diabetes, and they can with NHF too, by the way.
Yes.
Any last thing you want to share with anybody out there who is living with diabetes or who in a them head knows that them might have, but them not going to get the check?
Well, get tested, start modifying how you eat. And you don't have to be older, because there baby are born with diabetes now.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So I would recommend just watching your diet. Enjoy everything in life, but just not in excess. Nobody say you can't eat mango. Just don't eat 2, 3, 4. You understand? And just pace yourself, and just be motivated. You have the support system, because it's really necessary. Because when I had diabetes and I couldn't understand, I could not figure it out. But ball.
Yeah.
I cried so much.
Yeah.
I was like, Father God, why me?
Yeah.
But then
and you were so young.
Yes. And at the time, I didn't have a support group around me. So I'm in a support group now, and we meet like every other month, and we talk about it and teach people. And, it's really good, because then you can really, because I have diabetes for more than 15 years, but I still learn.
Yes.
When you go in the support group, I say, all this time, you never know that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, don't worry, you won't die. Just do what you're supposed to do.
Do what you're supposed to do. Because listen, gestational diabetes is a whole new thing too. That's why, post and prenatal care is important. People, it's out there. Just go out and get the information and live a happy life. Thank you, my darling.
You're welcome.
Always so brave to share her story. TVJ journalist Kay-ann Margon joining us for a 10 minutes to your health discussion this morning on Smile Jamaica. We'll do it again next week.